One day, James had to wait at the station till Edward and his train came in. This made him again. Edward laughed, and James fumed away. After James went back to the yard, he went back to the yard and puffed onto the turntable. He was still feeling very bad. Edward is poor, he grumbled to the others. He clanks about like a lot of old impossible iron, and he is so slow he makes us wait. Thomas and Percy were indignant. Old iron? Ill. Slow? Edward could beat you in a race any day. Really? Said James. I should like to see him do it. Next morning, James's driver was suddenly taken ill. He could hardly mourn, so the fireman uncoupled James ready for shunting. James was impatient. Suddenly, the signalman shouted. There was James. All traffic halted. Then he told the fireman what had happened. 2 boys were on James's footplate fiddling with the controls. Phew! What? Nothing. They tumbled off and fiddled when James started. The signalman answered the telephone. Yes? You can have ours, if you don't mind waiting a minute. Okay, see you later. The inspector's coming at once. He wants a shunter's pole and a coil of wire rope. What for? Wondered the fireman. Search. What? Search. What? Search. Johnny, good man, jump in. Meanwhile, there's more here than meets the eye. Oh! Help! Help! We're coming! He caught up with James. Edward, called his driver. The inspector stood on Edward's front, holding a noose. He was trying. The engine swayed and swayed and swayed and got him. Edward's driver checked the engine's speed, and James's fireman scrambled across and fiddled with the control. I bet you saw you won, chuckled Edward. I am poor, whispered James. That's right, replied Edward. The engines arrived at the station side by side. The fat controller was waiting. A fine night, he said. James, you can train. I'm Edward. You shall go to the works and have your mended parts worn. Oh, sir, said Edward. It'll clank. That's all.